Hey everybody, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. This is CES 2026, which officially gets underway later today because it's Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific at CES Unveiled in Mandalay Bay Convention Center. CES Unveiled is this great layout that allows you to see really first off products from new startup organizations that from around the world. For example, Zenny 62 Media partnered with a fantastic Swiss company last year for 2025, and that still may happen yet again. The night is young, but I'm here to talk to you about the sad story of Sony. Sony, and this really calls up this image that I created for this one. Asking the question, where is Sony at CES 2026 Las Vegas? Where is Sony? Well, the answer that Sony would like you to hear is that Sony is at CES and rolling out their AFEELA car with Sony Honda Mobility. But you know, and I know if you know Sony, that this isn't Sony. And I can give you, and I will give you, a list of the different videos that represent Sony before AFEELA and after. Now you would say, what do I mean? Well, that's where the walk down memory lane comes in. This walk down memory lane comes in that you're about to take as I share the screen with you. So it looks like this. This is what you're seeing here is, or about to see, is a very simple listing of the videos that I have made at CES under the heading Sony CES. And as I zoom in for you to get a better look, you can see the titles and see that, for example, in this year, 2026, I explained that the 2026, actually last year really I made this video, but still, Sony AFEELA EV1 by Sony Honda Mobility with Sony Vision as concept car. Right. And I put that out there because last CES, guess what? Hey, they were not presenting anything other than talking about the AFEELA. And they were supposed to roll it out in 2025. Now they're supposed to roll it out in 2026. Okay? Now, as I scroll down here, we have the Sony Vision car at 2022. And see January there. As you can see, this is sorted by date. And these are standard videos. I have a live stream version here, so I click over to live and then I type Sony CES. We get live results as well. Sony press conference live stream, for example, that was from 2020, 2019, and we have a gap that reflects in part the impact of the pandemic, because there was not much of a CES to go to in 2020. Well, things were coming back in 2023. I missed going in 2023, but I also didn't get anything that indicated a new broad vision from Sony. Sony hit financial hard times starting in 2023. The pandemic, everyone went through some difficulty, but at least Sony was able to, up till 2020, 21, put on a good face. But the glory years for Sony were really in its past. And as we go through this search, through our videos going down, we see, for example, CES Las Vegas press conference for 2020, live stream. 2019, again here. And if we go back to the video versions for Sony, we have 30 more videos that, for example, this focuses on both 2022, 2020, again 2020, and then 2019. Sony shows off Dog Robot, CES 2018 Day 2, and CES 2017, Sony Cletus TV, Sony Innovations broken down by Sony workers, a number of individual videos of discussions with people who represent Sony, or Kazu Harai talking about the Sony CEO talking LifeSpace, then Sony camcorder presentation, which was a lot of fun. The 2016, Sony missed the PlayStation. They didn't have it there. They rebounded in 2017. Kaizu, he talked at the, I call it a constipated press event. And then there was the Sony Smart Tennis Sensor 2015, which I thought was really interesting. And this was really the best of Sony. And then they would have personalities like Tony Hawk taunting the Sony Action Cam, or Sony mentioning Iggy Azalea, or Keza Harai talks about the interview, and Seth Rogen had a movie called The Interview. That was rather controversial. And then I asked if will the interview impact the Sony press conference there. And then Art Rage had Art Rage is a great company, had Sony Vaio demo there. Let's take a look at Art Rage, because they were really pushing a really exciting new product that I felt was going to go somewhere, and for a time looked like it was going to actually do just that. And you're about to see it here. If I put it, try to get it to open up singularly, and there, I'll stop it right there, and then I'll make room for it. So I have to get rid of this version. Yeah, bear with me. And then scroll down here and call up the next screen. Oops, excuse me. Didn't mean to do that. That's me. Maybe that was a good idea. Maybe that was a Freudian slip. At any rate, share the screen. And we have Art Rage right there. That's Art Rage is in the queue. And you have to add it to the stage, which you've just done. Then we have to change the echo cancellation is off. Okay, great. So I can then start this video and show you what Sony Art Rage was about right here. So let's give a.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Of course, thank you.
By the way, tell my viewers how they can get the stylus in the Art Rage program.
Yeah, the Art Rage program you can download on several different platforms, and it comes preloaded on all the...
I'm going to restart it here. That was off-timed. Here's the one.
CES, the Sony Pavilion, and this is Donovan. Donovan, tell my viewers what's going on here. This looks great.
I am doing one painting over 20 Sony Vaio Duo 13s with this amazing pen that Sony just put out. It's an amazing stylus pen, has pressure sensitivity. It can do the most amazing work I've seen with any stylus. And I'm working on a program called Art Rage.
Yeah.
And it's a digital painting program that mimics more similarly than I've ever seen traditional painting. So you can actually see the texture in your brush strokes, the texture of the canvas, and you can get an...
Is that a young Susan Day? Looks like her, you know?
A little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Just, models I bring in for stuff. But, yeah, so I'm basically just creating a piece throughout the entire week for CES. And, it's great. Thank
And
you.
by the way, tell my viewers how they can get the stylus in the Outrage program.
Now, the Art Rage program you can download on several different platforms, and it comes preloaded on all the bios, the duos and the flips.
Oh, wow.
Come automatically with it in the Studio Pro edition, I do believe. So you get a great edition of the program, and the pen comes with the bio. So
Wow.
get the bio, and you have everything you need for it.
Nice, nice. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cool, nice.
Yeah, so that was the Art Rage, and that video was a great demonstration of the fact that you had several products going on. You had the Sony Vaio. Sony Vaio was Sony's version of the Apple iPad, a tablet. And the Vaio was being used for this new software, Art Rage, and you heard about that. Then you had the entire affair at a special booth within the Sony booth within the North Hall at Las Vegas CES 2015. And so we went from that to fast forward to CES 2025, and no videos of, or no videos I was able to make of anything other than the car, because there wasn't the standard big booth layout that we had come to expect from Sony. Sony, from the time I started covering in 2010 to, I would say, about 2019, was known for a gigantic booth, the largest at CES, one so large that Sony's competitor at the time, Samsung, was known for how big its booth was becoming with respect to Sony's. And Sony had great guests like you saw Tony Hawk. Then there was Seth Rogen and the Black Beauty from the Green Hornet. Sony had a partnership in that. Sony was making movies, so Seth Rogen was there. And then, of course, there was the great event where I actually tried to get a recording of the song. Well, actually, I was recording her live while she was there, but Kelly Clarkson was a guest at Sony CES and attracted a great crowd of media people and people who weren't media but somehow kind of snuck in there to check out what Kelly Clark was doing, which was singing beautifully. Sony was known for its attachment to Hollywood and celebrities and electronics, and then of course their different kinds of home entertainment products that they were introducing. Their terrific camcorders. Sony gave me something called the Sony Bloggie in 2011. Yeah, they gave me the Sony Bloggie in 2011. And I'll show you that one right here. That was another incredible time. And the point that I'm making with all of this is we don't have that Sony anymore. Okay? So you've asked where's Sony? Where's Sony? It's really contracted. For example, in 19, shows you how my head is sometimes. But in 2024, Sony PlayStation laid off 900 people. And this past year, 2025, Sony put its headquarters on sale in San Diego, January of last year, for $68 million. And it has been estimated that Sony went from 12,700 employees last year to 12,100. And I don't know where the number is at this point. I could find out really quickly. But we don't have that Sony magic that we used to have. We just have the car. And I have a video of the car. And someone on Twitter actually made a multi-minute, 5-minute video of each time Sony presented the car. And I actually I'll present that video right now for you to see. Because basically the car that they're presenting this time is the same car, the Vision, that they presented in 2020. It's a little bothersome, but as they say, people are fond of saying, it is what it is, right? Okay, so I'm adding that to start and stage, and then let me level this up, and then press watch again. Here's the video.
We gave a shape to our vision.
Now what this is, let me explain what this is that you're looking at. This is ADOA Sony from Vision S to AFEELA. Sony's car journey has been a wild one, this person reports. And then he or she goes on to write, I put together a video of all 5 CES appearances. 2020 Vision S01 sedan, 2022 Vision S02 SUV, 2023 AFEELA prototype, 2024 AFEELA DualSense demo, 2025 AFEELA 1 production model. Sony isn't just building cars, this person writes, they're building the future of entertainment on wheels. So let's see what this smashing together of Sony produced videos looks like. Now, see, I was here, folks. When this came out, I was sitting right over there, okay?
And today, I'd like to show you a new Vision S prototype.
This is when it comes out of the side. And I think this is where Gary Shapiro's CES came out. I think he was writing in it.
This is our new prototype SUV.
Allow me to present you our new brand, AFEELA.
Now see, this was 2023, all right? This is when we went to AFEELA, okay? We started 2020 with Vision S1, 2021 with Vision S2, then 2022, I'm sorry, this is where we have AFEELA, right? Okay, so if you're thinking, God, this is a little boring, well, that's the point. It's like they had the car match with the goggles, and then they brought it out again. This was they had the interior camera, so you get a look at the inside of it, and pushing its autonomous capabilities. And this was 2023. Okay, so they had that, and then fast forward to this was 2024.
Allow me to call another guest. Come on out, AFEELA.
Yeah. You getting the point here? All right. And again and again. So they have trotted out, Sony has trotted this thing out, I mean, literally, again and again and again and again and again. Let's count it. Sony has trotted this out in 2022, then again in 2021, first 2020, then again in 2021, then again in 2022, then again in 2023, then again in 2024, and then again in 2025, and now we're trying for 2026. That's 6 times. Sony has trotted this vehicle out 6 times. Monday, 5 o'clock at North Hall of Las Vegas Convention Center will be the 6th time Sony has trotted out this car. Sony said they were going to actually release the car in 2025. Now they're saying they're going to release the car in 2026. All right? What's going on? It has to do with economics and money. But also, think about it. Sony was known for cameras. They were known for a lot of great products, and a lot of great scenes, and a lot of great events, and memorable, very memorable for me, times. Think in events and events within events. Okay. And that excitement is gone. It's hard to get excited about Sony if Sony isn't presenting an exciting space for you to experience its products. That's just a fact, okay? I recall, this is one of my more fun times with this conversation I had with a Sony representative that I'll play for you momentarily. This was back in 2019. Talking about Sony 360 Reality Audio. Yeah, a Sony product that was once very popular, that Sony had no problem talking about, that they spent money promoting. Sony 360 Reality Audio. Sony 360 Reality Audio, which is here, okay? Not here, but actually I'll have to remove that one so it can be in the other area. Then go down and get it. It is, if I share the screen, Sony 360 Reality Audio, and yeah, there is my friend, and we're going to talk.
Folks, I just came from, I'll just say it, one of the most amazing music experiences I've ever had in my entire 56 years of life. In that room, Peter Wall, I gotta ask you, first of all, what the headphones, and the headphones are one thing. Let's talk about the headphones and the tech, right? Let me just ask you, what the fuck was that? It was fucking awesome.
So here's the cool thing, right? We're talking about Sony's 360 Reality Audio. It's not a hardware thing. This is all software we're talking about right now. We are providing the creators of content with this new software to now take and master or even remaster their existing audio into an immersive sphere 360 all direction. So your experience today, his experience today, was actually, we initially set it up with a 13 speaker surround system, right? But this is music.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We did that to set the stage for you, and then he got to wear just a great pair of Sony headphones. But this isn't about hardware. Moving into the future, we're doing distribution out to streaming services, so that someone with a good pair of headphones is going to be able to have this software and this capability to listen to music now in Sony's 360.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
I dare you to distinguish between being outside in a concert and having this thing in your ear when you put this headphone on. You will be massively blown away.
Well, the dare with it even better now, though, is I dare you to let the band let you get on the stage. Because now our experience is the audio creator has the ability to now put you where they want you.
What do you mean?
So previously, whenever you're listening to music, if you're at a concert, you're out in the audience.
Right.
Now this virtual experience, the creator has the ability to say, this is where the audio is. So they say, my bass player is to your left. My drummer is behind you. I'm the lead singer. I'm in front of you because you're on the middle of the stage.
Wow.
Hey, and what I'm really excited for is we had studio audio in here. Imagine if we had a live venue recording. This audio, the direction is also, it's vertical to a downward. So if we do that stage experience, now you can see what it feels like to be the performer and have the crowd out in front of you, below you, above you, and having that crowd reaction as the music is playing and they're cheering you on. Okay, we're not going to see the lighters. Well, they don't do that anymore. We're dating ourselves. Right? We're not going to see the lighters, but you're going to get that audio experience of the band around you and the crowd in front of you. You're not stuck down in the middle in the mosh pit or up in the nosebleed section anymore.
So you're part
of the band. Like I said, even the guys here at Sony, when we heard it, it was, wait, I realized it was the headphones because I couldn't feel the bass.
Yeah.
But we were doing this.
Yeah.
We're like, wow.
Yeah.
And again, supported right now with great Sony hardware of great devices to listen to on our Sony headphones, but that's not the requirement. You know, we want to give the ability to be entertained. And you know what? It doesn't take our stuff to do it, but we'll show you how to do it the right way.
It's going to transform entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Music
you.
entertainment.
It's going to transform it.
Yeah.
It's something else.
It was
By
amazing.
the way, Light of Music is sponsoring Zinni's 62 coverage of CES.
Okay.
Her music's incredible. How do I get her considered as a Sony artist?
That's a good question that I don't know the answer to. But you know what? We've got our
Mission Quest.
Our Sony execs are here today.
Yeah.
You better go rub some elbows in the right direction and see what we can do with them.
I'm doing it.
Very good.
Hey, thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much. Have a great time. Enjoy seeing you.
Thank you.
All right.
You got it.
See, that was a product, folks. That's Sony. You know, it's not just that Sony has these fantastic products like, excuse me. Someone's got to start that stream there, okay? It actually has a pretty good sound to it. At any rate, it's not just Sony's products, but Sony representatives who are so enthusiastic about a new technology they've developed, a new version of, in this case, speakers that they are presenting to you, that you are excited because they're excited, all right? Sony this year takes all that away by just trotting out this AFEELA, basically this Vision 1 that we've seen for the last 6 years, again, with nothing else around it, all right? We understand that, I think, really Sir Howard Stringer, who was the great leader of Sony, put it, unfortunately, a long time ago, that he said that Apple really won the battle where Apple was, platform-based. So you have the iPhone and the Mac, and Sony didn't want to be that. They didn't want to be in a position where they were saying that you have to use our platform. They wanted to be able to be on different types of platforms, used in different platforms, okay? Well, Sony lost that battle. Apple won. Sony did not name an iconic product. Sony's trying to make the AFEELA that iconic product, but it's not working, all right? It looks like a Waymo car. There's nothing exciting about it. So they spent 6 years. They haven't significantly redesigned it at all. And first it was pitched as this rolling test bed, I thought, for their new home entertainment, or their new auto entertainment systems, right? But then it went from that to, well, this is a car, and we're going to use it to put our different audio technologies in, and then it just became, hey, look, we're focused on this car. That's basically what they've done. And the car market is crowded. You have cars that, look, 15 years ago, I never heard of, like Lucid Motors and Reveal. I mean, how you differentiate yourself, all right? The way Sony is going about it, it's literally screaming, we are in financial dire straits, or basically not making the money we used to, even though PlayStation kind of goes, like that. Well, but the bottom line is we don't have much to present. They used to be all over, laying out PlayStation. Okay, those are gone. That's gone, and we have in our places what I just showed you, and it is sad. It is a massively sad story of loss. That's the only way I can put it. So, what happened? Where's Sony at CES? Well, they're not where they used to be. They're not what they used to be, so they can't be where they used to be. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark CES LasVegasNews.com. Yeah, I will show you my proud website owned by my company, Zenny62 Media, CES LasVegasNews.com right now. And I really urge you, please, to visit and check it out. It is auto updating. It updates several times a day. All right. And here it is. Scroll down just a little bit. Whoops. Like that. You can see Karen Thomas official KarenNet CES 2026 party list. CES 2026 events list by Nerd Ops. You can't always trust Google reviews. These are automatic updates. Someone went to Sultan's Wagyu Grill in Summerlin, Nevada. There's another video about flying cars. That's a video by Richard Haight, our friend, our man at the Niners game. Walmart chicken meal, and then more content about Las Vegas, more content about travel, and then there are more video content like this one talking about topics related to CES 2026. This automatically updates. Here's Las Vegas trip for Man Motion at CES 2026. Again, this is all automatically installed several times a day, and we can quickly install your content as well. Your press release that you want, news you want to get out, or if you have multiple products that you want us to vlog about, $400 gets you in. Just contact me, Zenny at Zenny62media.net or Zenny at Zenny62media.com. I'm also at 510-517-7565. And you can call or text me, right? So, CES. I love CES. And I love presenting content about CES and Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas as well. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and God bless you. That ends the stream.